trees, neon flowers, raindrops making tidal waves, streams of light, the shadows say, in the flash near the treetops, and the sun makes your heart stop. Guess they never told you so. Things could somehow be so bold. Purple chips will dance together, even when it's rough. Purple chips will dance forever, and we'll move along. Air is thick, hear the clamor, so much distance for glamour. Open wide, don't shield your eyes. Call them out, they might reply. Is it real or just magic? Don't just sit down and panic. Guess they never told you so. Things could somehow be so bold. Purple chips will dance together, even when it's rough. Purple chips will dance forever, and we'll move along. Purple chips will dance together, even when it's rough. Purple chips will dance forever, and we'll move along. Yeah! Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Raw, that's real, authentic writing in music. You just saw the band that's sitting next to me perform. Welcome, Sinaloha. Guys, how are you?
Great.
Doing well.
Thank you
Good.
for having
Thanks,
us.
thanks for coming out here to Staten Island. Thanks for playing your music. And I have to ask, where did the name come from? Now, I pronounced it correctly, right? I did pronounce it correctly. 'Cause,
Yeah.
my first guess was Sinaloha. So then I realized.
Sinaloha would actually be kind of interesting, you know, since we're all like very big calculus fans. You know, cosine, sine, negative
Yeah, yeah,
sine.
yeah.
But actually, the name kind of came out as like kind of a fascination with Sinaloa, the state in Mexico. But there's a lot of kind of controversy going on in that area right now, but we wanted to do kind of like a positive play on words. So we took aloha and kind of put sin in front of it, and sin in Spanish means without, and aloha means obviously like, you know, hello and goodbye.
And
so
goodbye.
it's without, hello, and goodbye. So it's kind of like a play on that.
So it's without salutation.
Without salutations, exactly. There you go.
Interesting. Okay. Really like your sound. You guys, your website, you bill yourself as a psychedelic
Yeah.
fan, right? That's your word.
That's correct.
That's good. Okay. Okay. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what made you guys go with this kind of sound? Conrad,
yeah,
getting
Conrad.
pointed
Yeah,
to.
sure. I don't know. We had a lot of influences that
oddly enough, have nothing to do with psychedelic music. So it was fitting that we kind of mashed it all together, and it kind of created the sound that that's the closest we could describe it to, was psychedelic.
And it's kind of evolved over the time. It started out a lot more psychedelic when we started out getting comfortable with each other. We started jamming a lot and getting these kind of like darker sounds. And after a while, we got more comfortable and started meshing better, and it became a little bit more poppy, a little bit more rocky and up-tempo and dancey. So we've kind of meshed it all together, but we still like to associate it with psychedelic rock.
Interesting. Now, that brings up the question, how did you guys get together?
We've been playing, the three of us have been playing since we were little. The three of us, me, Jason, and Connor, grew up together, and we played together and, learned guitar together, really. We've been playing since maybe we were like 12, 13. So, yeah, Connor and I had been in a band before that broke up, and we wanted to start a new band. So we invited Jason, we found Alex, and we got on Casual Encounters on Craigslist, and we met up with Gio, and it just since then.
M for M.
Yeah.
And it was just meant to be.
So it's kind of funny. We went through a bunch of different singers, tons that never really fit. None were really that good and didn't really fit our sound or weren't, confident enough. So we pushed around on Craigslist or whatever we could do to find a singer, and Gio fell into our lap, and kind of worked from the beginning. And it worked well because they were all familiar with their music, and they kind of were familiar with each other. I came in. We have a mutual friend from Denver, Colorado. So he just one day texted me. We had hung out maybe 3 times in New York prior to that, and just said, "Hey, you play drums?" And I said, "Sort of." So and then from there we just started playing. That was a year and a half ago now, maybe a little bit more. Almost 2 years. Wow. Jeez.
We were really looking for someone who fit like the rock singer profile, and that was very difficult for us to find at first. We went through a million singers, so Gio was just perfect.
I'd been playing for like a really long time in New York with like some cover bands. Like we were doing really kind of classic rock sounds, like the Rolling Stones, like Cream, Zeppelin kind of stuff, Creedence, Clearwater. So all that stuff kind of really helped me to kind of develop my voice, and it fit in perfectly with these guys. Like we have like very similar tastes in music. We all like indie rock, psych rock. We like jamming together. So for us, it was a really great fit together.
Cool.
And also, we're the only band currently in Brooklyn that has no beards. So it fit even better. It's pretty rare to find a band. And we made him cut it.
You had to get it.
Said you can't have a beard in this Brooklyn band because they all do.
Yeah. Okay, so what song are we hearing next? What phrase did Alex blurt out at a jam session?
Well, actually, the next song is Come Slowly. And that one was inspired by a lot of different things. It's very funky, it's very poppy, it's very danceable. Like it just turned out to be a really awesome pop kind of track for us, but we still like rock out on it. And the guitar solos, the keys, like everything just came together really well. Rhythmically, it's very funky. The lyrics are just kind of inspired by Hecto, like I call him Hecto, because his last name is Hecht, and we also call him Manco because his last name is Mankus. So it's like it'll just come out like
one name. Yeah.
It's really cute if you think about it that we decided that the last syllable in their name should end together.
So Hecto one day was like, "Yeah, dude, you should watch this movie called The Boys from Brazil," and it's like all kind of like spy kind of like classic movie. And Come Slowly is kind of like, creeping through the shadows and kind of avoiding people and kind of trying to run away. So that's kind of what inspired it.
That is a lot of inspiration for one 3-minute song.
We're a psychedelic rock band.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta like go with it. Anything.
Smash things together.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to hear it after that introduction. Here is Sinaloha with Come Slowly.
Every corner I come around slowly, Never know what is out there waiting for me. Thought I buried all of those old stories. Never knew what the price was setting you free. Through the shadows I can see you. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. Crowded streets have me looking so lonely. All the mess you can go and blame it on me. If you want to please me, please me. If you want to break my heart instead. But you know it's easy, easy. Playing all those games inside my head. If you want to please me, please me. If you want to break my heart instead. But you know it's easy, easy. Playing all those games inside my head. Every corner I come around slowly. Never know what is down that road I tread. I forget just how well you know me. Every move that I make, you're one step ahead. Through the night you wanna come with me. And you know I'm always waiting for you. But you know we just can't rewrite history. Down the road there is someone calling for me. If you want to please me, please me. If you want to break my heart instead. But you know it's easy, easy. Playing all those games inside my head. If you want to please me, please me. If you want to break my heart instead. But you know it's easy, easy. Playing all those games inside my head.
Hi everyone, we're back. I'm Mike Vesey. This is Raw, Real Authentic Writing in Music. And we're sitting here with Sinaloha, who just played Come Slowly. Guys, you were right. There's certainly a lot going on in that song. But the thing that jumped out at me was you guys reversed your instruments. On the first song you were playing, and you used the same instruments. It's not like you guys had multiple instruments sitting around. You just
No, we just switched.
traded them.
Yeah.
Do you guys do that a lot?
We have a couple songs where we do that. Basically, we just, we like playing different instruments, and it usually works like whoever comes up with that part for the song will play that instrument on the song. So like that song, he wrote all the guitar parts, before I'd even heard it, and yeah, that's basically why he plays guitar on it. And I just hopped in on the bass.
Oh,
So,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So,
Some people are bilingual, they're instrumental lingual.
okay. So you never come out from behind the drums. You're always on the drums.
Yep, that's all I can do.
But I mean, it all depends. Like sometimes, like each one of us will come up with like a different riff. Like since we're very like multi-talented, like all of us play like different instruments. If like Manco's playing the guitar one day, he'll come up with like a really great line, or like Conrad or Hecto, and we'll bring it to practice and just jam on it and just create something new.
And the lyrics can come from anybody as well. I mean, obviously, Let's Write a Song Called Purple Chimps came from the drummer.
Yeah, so it can be inspired by anything, really. Like, I'll just roll with it.
And do you write are you primarily the lyric writer at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So, who were some of your influences?
Some of my influences, like, wow, they like really vary a lot. I'm a big fan of like vocalists, like classic rockers, like Robert Plant, John Fogerty. I love Elvis. I love Queen. Just really classic bands, with like powerful frontmen.
Sure.
So they like inspire me a lot. I like a lot of like melodic kind of rock, newer stuff, whether it's like Daft Punk, Rihanna, obviously anything Rihanna.
Obviously.
Just anything that's like really just kind of changing music in a way, like nowadays, but also still keeping in touch with like the classic rock kind of sound.
And I know these guys are from Westchester. He's from Denver. Where are you from?
I was born in Queens, and I grew up in Connecticut, and my family's from Ecuador, so they're all like from there. I'm the only one who was born here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. Now another thing I noticed about you guys, I haven't seen this many analog instruments in one place in a long time. And these instruments are definitely older than you guys and amplifiers. So how did that happen? Did you guys inherit all this stuff, or did you do you all have a taste for that
We
sound?
play with a lot of other bands, and we've actually been able to steal a lot of good equipment from them. Because the older guys can't keep up really when you run.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
no,
It's the cover bands.
I have a fascination with old analog stuff. It's rare to find really good sounding digital stuff that can match what they did and they spent and built everything by hand,
Yeah.
So, this stuff is all well past our age, but it's worth it. It's so worth it.
Yeah, you can't replicate those sounds digitally.
Excellent. Okay, what song are we going to hear next?
Catman.
Catman. Here with Catman, Sinaloha. Check it out.
She ran away, finally escaped. What can he do, baby? Covered in despair, covered in tears. That pussycat is crazy. Woo, ooh, 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 ooh. 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 So much love lost over the years. Don't try to save her, she's got no fear. She ran away, finally escaped. Doesn't need nobody. Through the dark, through the night, needed something else to do. Traveling far, climbing high, she's not coming back to you. No. Ooh, 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 ooh. 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 She ran away, finally escaped. What can he do, baby? Covered in despair, covered in tears. That pussycat is crazy. Woo, ooh, 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 ooh. 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 So much love lost over the years. Don't try to save her, she's got no fear. She ran away, finally escaped. Doesn't need nobody. Through the dark, through the night, needed something else to do. Traveling far, climbing high, can he do, baby? Covered in despair, covered in tears. That pussycat is crazy. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. So much love lost over the years. Don't try to save her, she's got no fear. She ran away, finally escaped. Doesn't need nobody. Through the dark, through the night, needed something else to do. Traveling far, climbing high, she's not coming back to you. Through the dark, through the night, needed something else to do. Traveling far, climbing high, she's not coming back to you. No, yeah, 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 yeah.
Hi everyone, we're back. I'm Mike Veazey. This is Raw, that's real authentic writing in music. And we're here with Sinaloha, and we just heard their song Catman. Okay guys, tell me where Catman came from.
It's about the recording of our last EP. We were trying to find a good spot to spend a week or so, really record our EP, have some time. And we made some errors in judgment with with where we recorded it. You know, the stereotype of like a crazy cat lady.
Uh-huh.
Well, we recorded it with a cat man, and it should have been a sign that he was a little. Anyway, it didn't work out quite like we had to hoped.
You recorded with him, meaning your engineer was a Catman.
It was a guy who had his house done up like a recording studio, but like his cats were like climbing on your face. You're trying to play the guitar. It's like jumping on you. He was like hopping fences to try to get them back. They ran away. It was actually really what inspired the lyrics of the song. So yeah, it was about the process of recording our new EP. But we were able to, find another guy. It was a really great guy, Albie Cohen. Look him up. Definitely recorded your EP with him, and got our EP done. And it just came out a couple weeks ago. It's called Ice Pop.
Ice Pop.
Ice Pop, yeah.
And that's also the name of the next song we'll be hearing in a few minutes.
Yeah, that's our last song. That is our single, Ice Pop. So if you go on our website, sinaloha.com, you will see Ice Pops there. Alex,
It's our thing.
our graphic designer, has hooked it up with a lot of good Ice Pop posters for our shows. So that's what really represents us, I think, as a band. Just like a cool, refreshing sound. Like,
Exactly.
Now that'll sell some tickets in the summer. I'm not so sure. You might want to write it.
Yeah, well-
might want to write a
Yeah.
song called
we
Hot
have a
Cocoa
song,
for
we have a
Christmas.
song about what it's called too.
Yeah.
You know,
We don't neglect any seasons. We make sure we represent them all well.
excellent. I can't wait to get the calendar. So tell me about where we can find you guys on the web. You guys got to be all over the
Yeah,
web. I'm
so
sure.
like Manco mentioned, www.sinaloha.com, where you can find, links to our Facebook page, our Twitter page, Instagram, Sinaloha Band,
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, yeah. So check us out. We're on Spotify also. Stream us, put us on
iTunes,
repeat.
pay for it.
Sure.
Or stream it for free on SoundCloud, but pay for it on iTunes.
Yeah, so like our pages and follow us. We're constantly putting things up and constantly playing in New York. So
If you're in Bushwick, if you're in Greenpoint, Williamsburg, and you see a poster with some Ice Pops on it, it's probably us.
Probably us.
So tell me about the song Ice Pop. Let's get because
it's a very fun, poppy song. It's very inspired, by Rolling Stones a little bit, kind of like that classic rock sound, but
Yeah, that's
very
what
nostalgic.
the main riff was, kind of like a sort of a Keith Richards rip off in some ways. In terms of the content,
it was a tribute.
a tribute.
is
Not
that
a-
Yeah, whatever you want to. Yeah. Yeah, basically, me and Jacob here were eating Ice Pops one day, and we had a very rough recording of the song. We're like, what should we call this? Ice Pops, I guess. And kind of just never died, and it's been going on and on. So yeah, that's where it
Okay.
comes from.
Well, guys, it's been great meeting you. Gio, why don't you guys introduce yourselves as we go?
Jason,
Manko, Jacob.
Hecto.
I'm Alex.
Conrad.
All right, and they are Sinaloha. Check them out. Find them on the web. Follow them. Check out their shows. They're playing in Brooklyn in September, and I'm sure they'll be all over the New York area in the coming months. I'm Mike Vesey. This was Raw. That's real, authentic writing in music. Good night.
Driving around town trying to peep this street, and skin is so sweaty sticking to the sea. We keep riding around till the sun is coming down. We don't really know where we're ending up, but I heard that there's a place where she tears it up. She already knows what she wants to do tonight. Cause it's so hot and she won't stop doing the ice pop. Cause it's so hot and she won't stop doing the ice pop, baby. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. And she won't stop. Oh, 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 oh. Doing the ice pop, baby, yeah. We finally found a place where the sound is high and she's dancing around